Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Coders Arcade. As we know, we can print many different kinds of patterns in our Python console. For that, we need to know about for loops, the range function, and at the same time, we need to know about the logic behind the patterns that we are going to print. In this video, I will be showing you how to print the hard pattern. You can see it will be something like this. And let me show you the output in PyCharm as well. Here, as you can see, this will be the output. This hard pattern, we are going to be executing a program and printing this hard pattern onto the console. So let us start. Before starting with the video, I would like to tell you to please like our videos and share it with your friends and family. And at the same time, do subscribe to our channel so that you get a notification about the latest videos that we upload in our channel. So let's start. For printing the hard pattern, let me tell you, while we are printing any patterns in Python or in any other languages, it all works in grids. The pattern which you can see here, we will be working on grids to represent this pattern on our Python console. So let me show you how this grid will look like. Here, as you can see, these are the columns and these are the rows. And for printing the hard pattern, what I have done is I have taken 7 columns and 6 rows. So it starts from 0 till 6, and therefore there are 7 columns, and it starts from 0 and goes on till 5, therefore there are 6 rows. Now, to print this pattern of hearts, what I will do is I will divide this total entire output into 4 different parts. So let me show you how to do that. What I am doing is, this is the first part, then this is the second part, this is the third part, and followed by that we will be having the fourth part. This is the fourth part. And if you want all the parts together, I have done that for you. I will show you the diagram for that. Here you can see the whole output is here, and we have divided it into 4 different parts. This is the first part, part 1. This is the second part, part 2. This is the third part, part 3. And this is the fourth part, part 4. Why I have divided this entire output into 4 different parts is that it becomes easy to understand the logic behind the output, and we can divide the output in 4 parts so that we can write the code individually for each part, so that we get a better idea of what actually we are going to print in the console. So for that, we need to know the logic behind each part of the output. So let us start with that. Here we can see the first part of the output. This part of the output is in row 0. As you can see, this is the row 0 and this is the output for the row 0, and it will cover the columns 0 till 6. And you have to notice here that the output of the star is only in column 1, column 2, column 4 and column 5. The columns 0, 3 and 6 are vacant. Or we can say that in this parts of the output, we will be printing empty spaces. For that, here I have written down the formula for you, and you can see that the row value here is constant, which is 0. Therefore, row value equal to 0. And in columns 1, 2, 4 and 5, we have the star printed. Therefore, the column value is 1, 2, 4 and 5. Therefore, this can be the formula. Row equal 0 and column divided by 3 is not equal to 0. What does that mean? This is not divide. This is the modulus operator. This gives the remainder. So when 0 mod 3 is done, we get the remainder. The remainder here will be 0. And in this case, 1 mod 3 will be 1. In this case, 2 mod 3 will be 2. In this case, 3 mod 3 will be 0. Similarly, 4 and 5, when used mod operator and divided by 3, will yield the results 1 and 2, which are the remainders in these two cases. And finally, when 6 mod 3 is done, then we will be getting the output as 0, because 6 is totally divisible by 3. So what we are doing is we want to print the star in those places where column value divided or mode operated by 3 is not equal to 0. So star will be printed in this cases, because here the remainder is 1, it is 2 here, it is 1 here, and again it is 2 here, because 4 more 3 is 1 and 5 more 3 is 2. So in these 4 cases only we will be getting the star printed. In other cases we will print the empty spaces. This can be done by using the if and else statement. Let us move on to the second part of the output. Here you can see this is the second part of the output, and here you can see the row value is 1 and it is constant. And in this case, this column logic is totally opposite of the first one. Here, the value or the star will be printed in those columns where the column modulus 3 is 0. You can see 0, 3 and 6. In these cases only, the star is being printed. And in the other cases, you are not getting the star value printed, as you can see here. So this will be the exact opposite. The formula can be row equal 1 because the row is constant at 1, and then column mod of 3 is equal 0. So in this case, this first row or 0, the third or the column 3 will have the output star, and in the column 6 it will have the output star, because when we do 0 mod 3 the answer will be 0, when we do 3 mod 3 the answer will be 0, and when we do 6 mod 3 the answer will be 0. So in these cases only we will be printing the star, and in all the other cases we will be printing empty spaces, as you can see here. Now let us move on to the third part of the output. Here you can see this is the third part of the output, and it takes rows 2, 3, 4 and 5 and the columns 0, 1, 2 and 3. So let us look at the logic of how we can print these stars in this particular cells or grids. So I have written down the logic here. You can see the row value changes from 2 to 3, then 4, then 5. And the column value is like 0, 1, 2, and 3. So there has to be certain similarity between the row and the columns, right? The relation is, you can certainly see here, 2 minus 0, we are getting 2. 3 minus 1, we are getting 2. In this case also, 4 minus 2 is 2, and 5 minus 3 is also 2. So what we can do is, we can have this formula something like this. If row minus column equal to 2, then we will print the stars, or else we will be printing empty spaces. So this is a brief logic of the third part of the output. Now let us move on to the fourth part of the output. Here you can see this is the fourth part of the output, and here the row value changes from 2 to 3 and then 4, and the column values are 4, 5 and then 6. So let me tell you the relation between the row and the column here. You can see rows are 4, 3 and 2, and the column values are 4, 5 and 6. You can see 4 plus 4 is 8 here, 3 plus 5 is 8 here, and 2 plus 6 is also 8. So the formula for this part of the output can be if row plus column equal 8. So now you have understood about the four parts of the output, and if we are able to successfully implement this logic and write our code, then we will be getting the following result, which is the total heart. Let me show you this, and this is the final output. So let us move on to PyCharm so that we can write the program code for that and we can print the pattern. Here you can see that I have already written a Python file named heart pattern, and I will start writing it for you. So I will use the for loop, and I will write for row in range 6. Then I will use a inner for loop where for column in range 7, and then I will press enter. Now let us begin with the logic here. I will write if Then I will give a parenthesis because I have to write everything using operators. I will use the and the or operators here. I will write if row equal 0 and column mode 3 not equal 0. So this is the first part of the output, as you can see in the formula here. Then to combine this together, we have to use the or, because the output will be a star, either in this case or it may be in some other cases. As we saw, there are four parts. So for each of the four parts, we will be having separate outputs, or else we will be printing empty spaces. So let me write down the second part. Row equal 1 and exactly the opposite of the first output, column mode 3 equal 0. So this is the second part of the output, as you can see in the diagram. Then I will use the or operator and I will use the third part of the output, which was row minus column equal 2. So this is the third part of the output, as you can see here. And finally, I will be using the fourth part of the output, or row plus column equal 8. So now this is the fourth part of the output, and we have used the AND operator in some cases. Why we have done this is, the AND operator gives a output whenever both the cases are true. So when the row value is 0 and the column value divided by 3 or mod 3 is not equal to 0, then it will print star. And to combine all the different four outputs together, I've used the OR operator. Finally, after writing all the codes, I have to give the colon and then press enter. And then now I will start printing my star. I will print the star here, or the asterisk. And now I will go on to the else block and give the colon, and I will print. What were we supposed to print here? We were supposed to print the empty string. Let me give the empty string here. So I think we are done with this. Now what we can do is we can run this program and check the output. Let me run it for you. I'm running it. Okay, we got something different. Why is it so? We are getting some stars in the console, you can see here, but we are not getting them as we wished for. Why is that so? This is because the print statement here sends the control to a new line every time. We don't want that to happen, right? For our pattern to print in a single line, we have to use the end keyword and equal to followed by an empty string. Then only we will be getting the output in a single line. So if you don't use this end equal to empty string, we will not get the output in a single line. So we have to do the same in this case also. After this empty string, we have to print end equal to an empty string. Then only we will be getting the output. But we are not done only with this. What we have to do is, as soon as we are done with the printing of our asterisks or the empty blank spaces, what we have to do is we have to give the control back to the next line so that we can print the output in the next line. How we can do this is we have to go out of this control of the if else statement, and in the inner for loop we have to print an empty parenthesis. What it will do is it will give the print control to the next line. So now we are ready with our code, and now if I run it for you, you will see that we will be getting the proper heart pattern. Now let me run this for you. You can see that in the console, this is the heart pattern which I was talking about. So now you have understood how to print a heart pattern in the Python console using the PyCharm. And to print any pattern, what we need to do is we have to divide the output in certain parts so that we can understand the logic behind each part and then we can write our program code. So this is all about this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you like the video, and if you like it, then tell us in the comment section below. If you have any doubts, then post them in the comment section. I will definitely try to clear those doubts. Also, like, share and subscribe to our channel Coders Arcade and press the bell icon so that you will get a notification when we post a new video. Thank you. Happy learning.